Hi, Mark. I'm wondering, can you tell us a little bit about how the origins of Sorrento Surf Life Saving Club started?
Yeah, sure, Cal. It's really a bit of an accident in history. In 1949, the Portsea Club started, and it was called the Sorrento Portsea Surf Club. And then in 1959, they chopped the Sorrento off and it became Portsea only. And they used to do roving patrols down to this end in the peak time. But there's a guy called Ken DeHere who took over the cafe over the road. It was called Coppin's Cafe at the time, and he and two of his mates had been long time associated with Apollo Bay Surf Club, and they'd done surf boats. And Ken, I think, had been a president there for a couple of years. Anyway, so he'd retired to the cafe, and in 1998 or thereabouts, we had a couple of drownings here at Sorrento. At that time, no surf club in existence. And tragically, which was huge news at the time, there was four teenagers all drowned together at Gunnemanna. There was two teenage sisters and their two cousins, I think. And that happened in the summer of, I think, 97. And it was an awful tragedy because they'd just arrived at the beach at Gunnemanna, and the kids ran down to the beach and went in while Mum and Dad unpacked the car. There was two or three families together, and by the time the families got to the beach, all hell had let loose on the beach. And they were way up the beach, quite a long way from the patrolled area, which was made it doubly sad. So Ken decided that we're only going to be, 5 minutes away from the next drowning at Sorrento. So he got this idea of starting up the surf club here. So the three of them were quite characters. It was Ken DeHere, and it was Russell White, and it was Ross Warren, and they were variously called. Ken was called Knackers, and Russ White was called Rubber, and Ross was called Cactus. So between the three of them, they were quite interesting characters. And they started up the club and got designated as the surf club for the summer of '98. And they ran, I think they had 23, I wasn't associated with it then at that stage, they had 23 active members, I think. So they got the club going out of a container here in the car park. And then during that year, Parks Victoria organised them to use the depot, which is the old log cabin, which has got a bit of history, which is about half a k up the hill. When they built the water towers here in the Sorrento in the 60s, all the workers built a log cabin up there, with amenities, so that the workers could live up there while they built the facilities. So that was sitting abandoned. So we moved up there the following summer, and that's when I got involved. And a couple of years into that, of living up at the log cabin, which is, by the way, where we're going back to for this summer, then we got the idea of trying to build our first clubhouse, which is where we're sitting now.